Hello, lovely people. It is me, Jessica Hicks, and I'm a corporate recruiter, and I'm here answering job seeker questions. So, in this video, we have the question, how to mentally prepare for an interview. So they provide a little more context here. I'm having an interview tomorrow and I'm losing my brains. Oh my goodness. You poor thing. Okay, so I'm having an interview tomorrow and I'm losing my brains. I'm 19 and this is my first job interview for a role of customer support in the Department of HR. Ooh, my field, HR, awesome. It's a job that requires English, which is not my main language, and I will be working from home. I'm scared that I'm going to get nervous and my English is going to sound bad. The interview is my main language, but the interview is in my main language, but the job is in English, so part of the interview will be like a test. Any helpful tips? Okay, so I think my first piece of advice to this person is to just try your best to relax. It is just a conversation. It's not an interrogation, which I think a lot of people, when you hear the word interview, it's just automatically you're putting pressure on yourself. Instead of thinking of it as an interrogation, think of it as this is a business conversation I'm going to have with another person or a group of people. So I am going to share information about myself to help them to decide on whether I'm a good match for this role or not. They're going to share some information about the job and the company for me to decide whether this job and company is a good match for me. So it is definitely a two-way conversation that you are having. So that's the first thing, is to just relax, understand what the interview is. The next thing that they address here is just they are very uncomfortable, it seems, with interviewing. So this is their first job interview. And I think the only way that you get over the fear of a first job interview is to interview. And that could be real life interviews, or it could also be mock interviews. So find someone that you can talk to and practice interviewing. If you absolutely can't find anyone, just find generic interview questions and practice them yourself. You can even go a step further and go to the company site on Glassdoor, for example, and go to their interview section and find specific questions that they have asked job candidates in the past. So that way you can practice those questions, get familiar with the idea of talking about yourself, talking about your skill set, talking about why you're interested in that specific job and in that specific company. And you can get used to the idea of being asked a question and giving a response. So that would be, the next thing I would share is just to practice. So you're gonna relax, focus on the idea that this is just a business conversation you're having, right? The worst case, you don't get picked for a job. There are other jobs out there, don't worry. The next thing is you just need to practice. The only way you get comfortable doing something is doing it. Like when you learn how to skate, for example, you don't just hop on a pair of skates and then you're just gliding. You have to practice. So just like anything else with job interviewing, you just have to practice. Just like presenting, you get better being a presenter by presenting. You just have to do it. So you just have to practice. And so whether that's getting comfortable yourself with doing a mock interview, or getting a friend, or maybe you have a career counselor or something that you can talk with that can help you get more comfortable. So that's the next thing. The other thing is the English part that they're addressing. So English is not your first language. That's okay. As long as you can communicate well, and it sounds like you can by what you've written here, you can communicate in English. Your interview is going to be in your main language. I think that's a great thing. So, as long as you can communicate in English, you're fine. Don't feel like it's going to be some type of assessment that will make you more nervous. So just relax. Know that on your resume or whatever they looked at to get you to the point to where you have a job interview, they like you so far, right? So you just got to seal the deal. The next thing that I'm just going to recommend is to make sure that you take a little time before your interview to prepare and really do some research on the company. Do as much research as you can about the type of questions that you're going to be asked, like what I mentioned before, reviewing them on Glassdoor, maybe even LinkedIn or Indeed.com, these different job sites where a company will have a profile and candidates or past, employees can share insights into the company. Look at these sites and see what kind of information you can find out. The more information you have, the better you feel. Generally, the more informed a person is, the more confident they are. So those are a couple of tips. I could go on and on this topic, but I think those are the essentials for your situation. Just relax, find a way to relax. It is just a conversation. The next thing is just practice. You can only get better at interviewing by practicing and just getting more comfortable with talking about yourself and answering general interview questions. And then just make sure that you're able to understand this idea that they already are looking forward to meeting you. They already see you as a potential match for the job. You just need to seal the deal. So that's all I got for this video. I hope it is helpful for someone. And with that, I will close out the video. Thank you so much, lovely people, for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye. Oh, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.